to another episode of the City Podcast. This is going to be episode 95 for the Can I Trust You podcast. I am your host, Tony, and I'm here with...
Roman.
Cool, and...
Your boy, Eric.
Hate that boy.
And coming at the ends...
The Cummy Tummy General. For some reason, when you said Can I Trust You podcast, it sounded really weird. Like, I've never heard it that way.
Is it like weird in a good way or weird in a bad way?
Like his cadence? Or like...
I guess the way he said it, he was just like, Can I Trust You podcast. I guess I've never heard... I've never...
Like he's addressing podcasts? Like, Can I Trust You podcast?
No, it's just
Can
the way...
I Trust
like,
the podcast?
The way he just... I don't know. I just never... I've never heard it said that quickly, I suppose.
It is true.
Usually it's
he does have a lull in this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you know what?
A lull?
A lull.
A lull. Like a little dip?
Like a speech pattern.
L-U-L-L.
Like LOL?
No, bitch.
Well, anyway.
Dumb hoe.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's already been said.
But dude.
It sounded good. I liked it. I like that better than any of the past that have gone. And
Yeah,
you know what?
We're professional now.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're not. Because we're going
We're
to talk about the same old things from before.
Dick.
I'm taking
Dick and poopies.
I'm taking a hard, long look at the mirror and be like, all right, time to step up my game.
Time to-
I keep saying I gotta step up my game. I never do.
Yeah, a couple
I've been like,
podcasts
You say
ago.
mirror, but I feel like it's
It's like, oh, I'm gonna be
what's bigger
better.
than a mirror.
A couple podcasts ago, you were just like, "Oh man," everyone kept telling me how I need to fucking step up my game. And then
I have
was
though.
like,
I mean, I've
And
been,
then you just went, yeah.
I've been promoting more, and I always make sure I have some stories to talk about.
But are we
And I am-
sponsored?
That's endgame for everybody.
done.
Done. No, we're not. But you know, I went to the mall today to go chill with Roman and John, and they were playing. What's the name of the store for Roman?
Grimdark.
Grimdark at
That's the one downstairs, right? They
Yes.
moved
yeah,
downstairs.
the one at
I was just there, like maybe a couple days ago.
at Wonderlands of America.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so it's fucking hot outside. It's
Call
like
it for what it is. Crossroads Mall.
Crossroads Mall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I would say it's like 90-something to 100
Dude,
outside.
it's been fucking hot outside.
It's been stupid hot.
Yeah.
All right, I was like, fuck. So I'm circling around the parking lot trying to get as close as I can to the fucking door, because A, I'm super fat, I know it, and B, no one wants to see a sweaty mess inside a fucking store. So I'll be like, let's just stick around. Let's go a couple of circles around the fucking parking lot. Try to get as close as you can to the door, and enjoy the rest of the fucking day. So I was waiting around in the fucking parking lot, just chilling, and I see two families walking to their car.
From both houses.
Not from both houses, exactly.
It's all for X.
But there's a SUV coming out, right? They're coming out of the parking lot, and half the family goes to the front of the truck, to try to get around it. But the dad and the little boy go behind it. The SUV does not see this.
Nice.
All right, and the little
man.
the little kid gets away from the dad, and he starts running, and the SUV doesn't stop. It doesn't stop coming out of the fucking parking lot. It's not moving at a high speed, right? It's going little by little.
Just backing up.
But the SUV has, I don't know if you've seen those
Backup mirrors.
bubble lights at the back, where they stick out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so the kid runs off. The dad tries to run after and kind of catch up to him, get him from the arm. The fucking light hits the little boy. Little tap. Nothing bad. Like,
So the love tap.
yeah, it moves the little boy. The dad freaks out and he fucking hits the windshield of the back of the SUV. Like all superhero, right? He just trying to get the attention of the driver. Hey, stop! You're gonna run over my little boy. He does that. He palms the windshield, and the windshield shatters.
Oh fuck.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And the lady, one of the families that was going to the car is next door, the car next door. And the dude rolls down the window and was like, what the fuck, dude?
And then
you shattered.
I'm waiting for it to the car stops. And the door opens, but a second door opens. And a fucking dude in a wheelchair pops up, all Stephen Hawking.
No,
like,
dude. I turned off my music. I rolled down my windows just to hear the cheese man, right? So the driver of the SUV that's pulling back up
escalates even more.
he rolls down the window.
He's a redneck going, you Mexicans need to go back.
And he's like, what the fuck? You shattered my window. He's like, you're going to run over my little boy. And the lady next to him is like, no, man, it's your fault. He's like, what the fuck, Harry? He gets out and pulls and fucking leaves. And the dad's just it looked like a superhero moment because he fucking posed with the window, like with his hand out, and the window shattered. I was like, that was so cool. I was like, yeah, that was like the story of my day. I was like, I saw and witnessed that.
When he was telling this story originally, when we were at Grimdark, I imagined the what is it? Kung Fu Hustle, the Buddha, the Buddha bomb.
Yeah.
I imagined that, like him fucking like
doing that,
fucking getting all his chi into his fucking palm and then just shatter.
Yeah.
Really, as he said it, I thought about Twilight, where the guy saves the chick from.
I went all badass and gay.
And it's Tony, so you gotta go gay.
I don't know. I've only seen the first Twilight, and there was a couple times where I was like, God damn, it's pretty fucking cool. I think I've said this in the podcast a couple times, and I've said this all my whole life. There was one time where the bad guy breaks the chick's leg. Mm-hmm. That was pretty fucking cool. But this is like at the end. This is like end parts where it's not good build up. He fucking snaps the chick's leg, and I was like, pretty fucking cool, finally. And the second time is when the dude dies and the chick like fucking jumps on his fucking hand and tears it off with her legs. I was like, damn, that's pretty fucking brutal.
From Twilight?
Yeah.
The main chick
maybe I'm just making shit up. I always assume I'm just making shit up. Last time I assumed they made something up, it turned out it was right twice. Hey. I didn't make up Tintin. And I didn't make up the time when the sword and hat was put on a kid and lit on fire from Harry Potter.
Wait, what sword and hat lit on fire?
So apparently I read this in the book on Harry Potter, like one of the other ones, where Voldemort comes in, he puts a sword and hat on somebody, and then he lights it on fucking fire.
The sorting hat?
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, right? And I've asked this to a couple people, and they're like, I don't remember that. I was like, how do you not fucking remember that? And I looked it up, and
we saw the movies. I don't think that was...
They didn't show it on the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, all they show is, like, the sorting hat being there, and then that stupid, what the fuck? The one that not the one that looks down to. He's the one that, the one
that looked all fucking,
droopy face.
Droopy face, and then later down the line, he apparently gets all hot later.
Yeah.
Dude,
Neville.
Yeah, Neville Long Dick.
Yeah, Neville fucking super bottom.
Yeah.
Pulled out the fucking sword and chopped up the snake's head.
Yeah, that's what he calls his dick. You know what? You know what you just did, Mark?
What?
You just sold me. I have 2 credits on Audible. One of them's going to Harry Potter now.
But the thing is, I don't remember which one. I don't remember which one it was though.
The Deathly Hallows.
You know what? I gotta get you that. So it's gonna start real kiddie where I'm fucking playing with a pumpkin or something. I'm hearing Harry Potter play with a pumpkin, and then I'm gonna fucking
Did he play
keep
with
going.
A snake?
He fucks a pumpkin or something. I don't know the fucking story. Look at me.
Does Harry Potter?
Wait, you look like you would know the story.
I do look like it, but I don't. I know Lord of the Rings.
I'm sure you can imagine that part into it. Where it's like, then Harry and Ron carved pumpkins. Then you hear like, then they fucked them.
Would you make yours look like Hermione? What about yours? Your sister Jenny.
And see, and
she's like 7 at the beginning.
And this is what I worry about. As I told you that process, I feel I make this shit up as I go.
Now you're fucking with me, huh?
Yeah, see, because I'm just reading. It's like, then the sword and hat was there, and I was like, then he fucking put it on a kid.
You know what I want you to do right now? I want you to text your girl and ask her because
I've asked her this.
I know she's a Potter freak.
And she's fought me on this before. I don't think she believes it's in there, but I believe it's in there.
Did she read them, or did she say she read them?
No, she read them, and
you know what you should do? You should tweet to J.K. Rowling. Ask her, did you set that sword and hide on fire?
Yeah.
If you did it, you made a grave mistake.
And then you just put TM.
See, and this is what I worry about. That I read and watch stuff, and I just make it up in my head.
You're conflating like Man on Fire and Harry Potter.
And he truly believes it happened.
Yeah,
it happened.
I start believing my own lies too. I'm like, remember that part in Dragon Ball Z Goku put on? And then he just like fucking started his own kitchen, and then he just started cooking, and he became a world-class chef. So I was like, what the fuck you talking about that? I was like, yeah, it's when he pulled that big turnip out of the thing in the first episode of Secret, remember? So I kind of dropped like real detailed parts. People were like, this guy can't be lying.
And you say with such conviction.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He's gotta be right.
You know, I didn't know they edited Dragon Ball, the cartoon here in America. Mm-hmm. No one knows that fucking Goku taps Bulma in the vagina when he was little.
Oh yeah, he fucking
And
saw
it's like,
pussy.
hey man, you know that fucking he ran around naked and he's like,
Yeah.
he used to molest Bulma all the time. He's like, no.
Yep.
She's like, yeah, man. He's like, hey, and fucking Yamcha got that before fucking Vegeta.
So
He's
technically,
yeah.
Goku got it before Yamcha.
Well, he didn't put anything in. He just slapped.
I mean,
it down.
he finger blasted her.
And then she
He-
showed.
he-
Then,
he wiped
and
the shit out of it.
then
She was
and then
like,
she showed
"Your
off,
wolf
then
thing
showed
face
off
has
her
nothing
shit.
on Super Saiyan."
Then she showed off her shit to Roshi too.
Oh yeah, but that was because it was payment.
Uh.
Roshi's like, I ain't gonna do it unless I see that puss.
Well, he didn't want he didn't think he was gonna see puss. He just wanted to see your panties.
Oh yeah.
Because like he had one of the Dragon Balls.
Hell
I think
yeah.
It was what, 3? I don't remember which one it was. But Bulma says like, "Can I have it?" And he's like, "You can, but I gotta see them panties." And then what she didn't know is that early in the episode, that's what Goku slaps.
You might text the vagina.
Yeah, because he says like he's like, "Huh, this is weird. Like it doesn't feel like mine." And he pulls off her panties. And he goes, "Oh, what happened to your balls, Bulma?" And she thinks it's the Dragon Balls. She's like, "No, they're right here." And then later in the episode, he doesn't know that she doesn't have panties. She lifts up her nightshirt, and then Roshi's fucking blood squirts.
Hell yeah.
You know, classic anime
Well,
nosebleeds.
I don't think that's the American version.
No. I specifically saw the DVDs for this. But
maybe Bulma's just like a freak like Mark and just doesn't like wearing underwear. He's like,
Mark
that's
is
how
a
it
freak.
is. He is.
Nah, she wears panties.
Yeah, now she's a mom. Yeah.
Nah, she's a
Nah, she wears thongs because she gotta keep Vegeta in. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
gotta get the
He just found out there's other Saiyans from another universe. She ain't got the clout like that, man. She's like, all I got is money and this fucking sweet puss.
He's all, "Damn, look at that Khalif."
Yeah.
No, he's getting all fucking all dad and shit like that now.
Yeah.
I think he's starting.
What dad doesn't like cheating on his wife?
Wait, what?
Haven't you heard of the 7-Year Itch? Come on.
Yeah.
What man?
I don't know what that
is.
is.
It's not just a movie from the 50s.
Yo, man, you gotta stop making shit up, Mark. People gonna start believing that he
Yeah.
wants to be a dad.
I think I'm starting to believe that you could say something really fucking stupid, but if you say it with conviction, people believe you.
Oh yeah, that's how politicians get into work.
He's
Boom.
talking about being senator right now.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, no, back to the original story.
I'll have cream chowder for everyone.
Clam chowder.
Clown chowder.
También. It's gonna have my cream.
I'm a Mexican now.
Yeah, but I thought it was cool. He had a little superhero pose, busted the window, and then the kid just ran off. I was like,
See, my idea is, who's at fault here? Obviously, it's the fucking dad.
obviously he's the fucking kid.
Yeah, but still the dad's fault for not fucking...
Not holding his
Exactly.
kid's hand.
Not even hold his
Yeah.
hand. You fucking hold like the back of their shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you fucking grab him like a dog by the fucking scruff
Exactly.
of the neck. You don't let him go.
Yeah, but
It's the dad and son's fault for going the back way instead of going the front way with the women.
Yeah.
For a minute, I thought, oh shit, the little kid's gonna get run over.
For a moment there, I thought it was gonna be a better story. I was like, hell yeah, he saw a kid get run over.
Except I was surprised I didn't do anything but lower down my windows and turn off my music. I was like, I'm just gonna watch this.
Well, while
You could have honked.
while that story was going on the outside of Crossroads, on the inside of Crossroads, and the inside of my stomach,
Did you kill a kid?
I gave birth and killed at the same time.
Oh man, did you break the plumbing inside the goddamn mall?
No, this is more just an embarrassing story. So,
Those are the good ones.
so me and John go into Grimdark.
John and I.
So we can play some 40K, right? We're gonna play some 40K, and then we get in there, and I'm like, man, I'm sweating a lot. I think I just have to go pee. All right. So I'm like, where are the restrooms?
Nope.
Wait, you don't sweat from going to wanting to go pee.
Well, I was holding it.
for a long time.
Yeah, you get the pee sweats?
I was holding it in for
I
like a
didn't know
fucking
that was a
hour.
thing.
I was holding it for like an hour or two. So
You know that's bad for your bladder, right?
very much so. But I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the restroom, and logically in my mind, I said, there's probably restrooms by the food court, right?
Yeah. You gotta go through that tunnel and shit.
I second guessed my logic, and I asked John, because I thought John had been there more than I had been there.
He has.
So I said, where are the restrooms? And I asked him, there has to be one by the food court, and he's like, nah, I don't think so. I think there's one like around the corner, like down the hall. And I was like, okay.
There was
So-
one
You would have
up.
to go up
It's
the
up.
upstairs.
It's upstairs
Well,
by
Yeah,
that.
upstairs,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
next to a big
That new other fucking place or whatever.
Burks
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
it's
that
called.
yeah,
This
jumping
is what,
place.
what I later learned.
We're all here
I asked one of the
telling you,
dudes, and the dude says straight up, and I go,
So nobody said the food court.
No one's at the food court. I asked the dude that was down the thing. He runs like that little coffee shop thingy.
Really?
And I asked him. He's a fucking employee there.
Yeah.
He has to use a restroom.
They
He
have
should
their
know.
own restrooms and everything.
No, but the food court is like has the biggest restaurant in
Well,
the
that-
hotel. No.
Well, here's
Yeah,
the-
okay.
No,
Here's
my
the
friend. No. You no
Exactly,
go.
exactly.
You no go.
He didn't
You
have.
don't go to good ones. You go. We give you shitty ones across.
He-
You
he-
go over there.
You see, you made a
he-
mistake. You should have bought some.
Burlington's in front of Burlington's.
Well, it's in front of Burke's.
Yeah, there's two of them.
No,
Okay.
Burlington's
So
right there.
I was near Burke's, so I go up the stairs, and I'm like, I don't see this restroom. So like I'm walking around, and I ask another like guy there, and he's like, yeah, right next to Burke's. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. So I go right, and like I'm like, all right, I just gotta pee. So I'm just peeing, and then I fart. Like I'm gonna fart, but it's a gamble. You know what I mean? I'm feeling something a little extra with it. So I was like, you
It's
know
one
what?
of those that
I know
you push
these.
a little bit harder.
Yeah,
so
it
they
It was
come
a
out.
heavy fart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I stopped the fart. I was like, ooh, this ain't just a fart. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get over this fucking fear I have about taking a shit in public places because it's not a thing that I do. So
Wait, you have that fear?
yes, I don't like pooping in public
Turns out
places.
like a lot of people don't like pooping in public
I don't
places.
give a damn.
Yeah.
I'll wreak havoc wherever.
But okay,
I've been sick long-
sidebar.
Sidebar.
Why don't you take a shit here then?
Cause. It's
See?
it's a different thing
No,
out of nowhere.
no, it's not.
No,
It's a different thing either.
because this is not a public place.
Yeah,
So if he fucking fucks up something, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna feel either guilty.
exactly.
We know who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I'm not to blame.
In,
But-
in
but
the
the
gas
thing is-
station.
but don't get me wrong. I'm not those fucking monsters that wipe my ass with the toilet bowl. I'm just there to wreck shit and leave.
Okay.
he don't even flush.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if we go to the bathroom
Mhm.
and I wreck shit and you're there, you're like, damn, fuck, smells bad. Like it wasn't me, dogs. Someone else came over here and wrecked it.
It's one of them nerds that come into the
I
store.
come in here and wreck it. They're like, God damn, I fucking wrecked it.
See, I'm the same way.
Mind you, I took a shit next to him when he's taking a shit at Heroes.
Mm.
When we were working together, he's like, God damn it. And he doesn't like using the little stall. Nobody likes using the little stall.
Yeah.
I like using little stuff.
You like using the
Yeah,
little stall?
yeah, little stalls fucking.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Fucking wow.
That's the
Chef kiss.
See, I'm the same way though. I would try not to use the restroom at anybody's house. But I don't have a problem with stores and restaurants and gas stations and all that.
Okay.
That's open field. But someone's house,
Mhm.
it feels like you're violating something of them. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't get
I
it.
won't do it unless if it's like me and the person. But if it's like at a party, I'm gonna take a shit.
I don't
Something like
even
that.
like using my brother's restroom. It's my brother's house.
Mhm.
I was like, I'd rather come home.
Now, don't get me
I
wrong.
already
If
don't
I'm
care.
fucking sweating it out
Uh-huh.
and it's like
It's gonna happen. It's
it's
gonna happen.
D-Day and like there's fucking one. It's like one little push away.
Bill
from
Paxton
just-
already gave his fucking
utter-
speech.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay, well, I have the irrational fear of going in public, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just get it done. You're gonna feel a whole lot better. So
You enjoy your game too.
yeah, so I dropped trowel and I fucking spread my butt cheeks so that there's not so much wiping. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I got
fucking
you.
one cheek's already over one side, and I fucking dragged the other cheek over. All right.
You're about to be split in twain.
Exactly. But I'm just like, this is the cleanest. I know it is. So I go, I get done my business, and I reach for toilet paper. It's out. But it's out on one side. You know how it has the churro?
Oh, you
Okay.
just move a little lever.
Yeah, exactly. I had
Alright.
to move the lever. The lever stuck. Like, completely stuck. And I'm fiddling around with it for like 3 minutes, like, oh my god, what the fuck? And they don't have toilet paper. They don't have paper towels. They have the hand dryers.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh my fucking god, my worst fear is fucking coming true right now. So like, I'm like done taking a shit, and I hear somebody come in. I'm like, fuck. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? And I just waited out for a little bit. He just takes care of business, fucking walks out, doesn't wash his hand. Nasty as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I'm like, I don't want to break this thing.
You
Like,
have to.
I don't want to though.
Well, I
Like,
mean, there's options.
No.
Well,
there is
Oh,
no
there's options.
well, here's the thing. John told me that you can get like keys, and there's like 2 buttons that you
Yes.
push. I didn't know that. I haven't done that kind of shit since Heroes.
Well, if it's like a single thing, you can put your knife or
that's
key
what I
in there
do.
and pop it off.
You know that little squiggly side?
Yeah.
The squiggly in the middle? I stick my knife and I twist and it pops open.
Well, you see, that's the thing.
Or
I didn't think of that because this is me and I don't have. I
Or
don't
you
have the
could do what
experience.
I've done before, and since you're with John, you text John, tell him to come over here and fucking bring you toilet paper.
Well, that's the thing. It's just like that's we all know how independable John is and that kind of thing.
Plus, they
If you're
had
his ride, he's gonna have to bring you
you know,
something.
you know what it is though is there's two things. John, they had all their Warhammer gear, so you can't need that at the store. I don't care how.
I'm sure those guys are pretty.
I mean, I don't care. I don't care how cool you are with people. Yeah, the trust level. You know, you don't want to fucking second guess.
No.
And two, John doesn't like walking anywhere. He's like,
Especially when it's upstairs.
That's see,
Especially
now
upstairs,
yeah.
out of that whole thing, that one I understand.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I was like, wait, there's a private restroom.
You did not walk it over.
What I had to do was just like squeeze my butt cheeks as tight as I can, fucking pull up, and then just fucking. I didn't even wash my hands. I just grabbed the door handle. I was just like, fuck it. So
You ducked it.
So I just fucking like booked it like with the butt cheeks, like the that kind of walk. I fucking booked it. I tried the fucking thing. It was open. I fucking like go in there. I fucking started pulling down my pants. Saw the toilet paper. Started wiping my ass. There wasn't a lot, so I didn't have to worry about a lot. Cause I did the pre-squat.
You ducked yourself.
But the thing was, I was like, oh, am I gonna have to go like downstairs with the shitty ass and fucking do this? Oh my god, it was all my worst fears like culminated, and I just fucking. But I got through it, and I was like, never again. It's not happening again.
Well, there's three things you could do, and what would happen if there was someone in the fucking family restroom, dude?
I was going to the women's restroom and just fucking.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you
shit.
just punch the shit out of the fucking toilet dispensary and just bust it open?
I want to destroy something.
But are they walking around with poop in your ass?
Well, I had.
Usually with those places, there's somewhere on there. I think there's like a custodial thing, or you got extra toilet paper on the bottom that you can just pull out.
Not there, because like the sink didn't have
not
like,
not the
another
upstairs
thing.
restroom. It's like a little fucking maze to get to it.
But
That's weird.
Oh yeah.
But it was a harrowing thing, and then I hope to never. I vow will not happen again.
Well, gotta fucking hit
two
the
things,
thing.
dude. Do what I do. Carry toilet paper on yourself just enough.
Mm-hmm.
I always carry like a bandana or roll of toilet paper in my pockets.
Yeah,
Like I carry napkins or something because I take care of my nieces and nephews. You always have to have napkins in your pockets. It's just a thing. It's a habit I've taken.
Okay.
Or carry a knife. Stick that knife in there. Twist it.
I'm gonna.
Or you check if there's toilet paper.
Yeah, I didn't check. I don't know.
I mean, I get it. The bubbles are rolling and shit.
And John, I told this story to John. John was like, check before you wreck. You know what the fucked up thing was? I'm all sweaty and fucking like, I just went through a fucking hell in my eyes. So I'm sweating and I'm walking back to Grimdark and I'm like, all right. Well, at least we'll get to play the game, get my mind off of it, get good, right? John's not even there. John left everything there, like you said not to do. But it's a store. There's people we know
cool.
there.
It's cool people.
Yeah.
It's a cool environment.
But I was like, where the fuck you at? He's all right behind you, and I see him coming from the food court, and he's all, there's a restroom in the food court. I was like, you motherfucker! I am never fucking trusting you with any kind of information at all. So
That's a John thing to do.
That sounds like a worst nightmare for me. But I would not stand up and walk. I'd rather have public destruction and walk around with my pants up and doo doo in my cheeks.
I did check my skeevies. They were clean. So
that's why I carry a knife and a lighter and something to fuck. I would have burned that shit down first.
If you're always not sure that you didn't do a good job, just get that one piece of toilet paper. Boom, right up in there.
All right, just
man pon it.
Just man pon it up. Yep. I do that every once in a while when I have like explosive diarrhea and I gotta be somewhere. I'm like, I need 5 minutes of backup. That's all I need.
Which I still understand why companies have not made man pons wet naps for grown-ups unless they already did.
They do. They do.
At my house,
Wet naps
we have flushable wipes.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, I never felt cleaner.
Oh, we have wipes on of all the kids that are in this house, but yeah, man. What was that rapper who introduced it?
Master P.
Wasn't Master P? Didn't have it right. You can't have boo-boo stains in your drawers and your old.
Gotta get those crunk chunks.
Yeah.
You gotta get them crunk chunks.
But damn, dude, that sounds like a bad time all
That's
around.
fucking hilarious.
But you know what? I beat John at fucking Warhammer, so it made it all better.
Why didn't you ask that person that came in? Hey man, homie, can you help me out? Throw some toilet paper my way.
He's embarrassed.
Yeah,
But you had the courage.
But
Plus,
why
also
would
the
you
guy-
want to do that? He didn't wash his hands in the first place.
Yeah, also
I
the guy
know,
that didn't
but
wash
he
his
had the
hands.
courage to lift that shit, walk all the way outside to the restroom,
I would
not knowing there's gonna be someone else in that other.
For a moment, I thought he said he was gonna walk out with his fucking dick hanging out and his pants down, so he wouldn't destroy his
That's
underwear.
real courage.
Oh,
That was super courage.
he was doing the Milwaukee's.
All you see from the corner of your eye where you're passing by that little hallway, a little triangle butt going into the thing.
But you put my kid almost getting hit to shame. I would have fucking done that. I just wouldn't.
Hey, what do I say? Not all heroes wear capes, you know what I mean?
See, okay. So these two stories kind of went what I was talking about earlier. So before Tony stopped by, and I was like, I'm trying to think of something
You
to
hit a
talk
kid
about.
so you take a shit.
Oh, it's almost to some extent like
He almost
there's
hit
one
a kid because he had to take a shit.
there's one like explaining a story, and then another story seems more severe than the other.
Okay.
So Tony was like, "Oh man, I got this idea," and I was like, "I'm trying to get an idea ready for the podcast. I'm trying to do some research for it because I was gonna try to do like the news thing, but I just didn't have enough time. It was kind of busy, and plus I didn't want to do work.
No worries.
So as I'm listening to stuff from. I told Tony, I was like, I feel I'm in a very Tony mood right now.
Okay.
And
That's why.
he's like, well, why? I was like, not in Tony mood. Like I want to go and listen to crappy music.
Hell yeah, it's not crappy.
I was like,
Shit.
I'm just in that mood where I'm just like, people suck right now, and the world is terrible.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's not.
I mean, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's just one of them days that a girl goes through.
Yeah. So.
God damn it.
So I started looking up videos about. I started looking up stuff, and I came across the Japanese like experiments at Unit 731. You heard of that?
No.
Those are the Japanese experiments where they were doing on Chinese, Korean, and Mongolian people, like just cutting them up and just fucking them
okay.
up. So I was looking up that, and I was like, well, maybe I could turn this into like something like that. I was like, since I'm in that kind of mood, now I'm just trying to find out real fucked up shit to talk about.
Yeah.
And so I watched this other video because I watched the whole documentary on it. It was like pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it gets really bad. Like they were trying to just develop biological weapons and shit, and they were just using it on people. They didn't get fucked. They like raped chicks and
So they were
like
playing gods
anyone.
and shit.
Think of like the Holocaust, but like with almost 100% kill rate all the time. Ain't no fucking survivors. And not only this, they got away with it. All the research that they got from it, from using all the biological warfare, like how they tested on humans. The United States actually bought up all their research, and before they gave it to them, they're like, if we give you this, you got to make sure that everyone who was ever a part of it, no one goes to fucking jail. Like no one can come after us for all the war crimes. So pretty much we bought it all up, and all those dudes fucking walked.
We're pardoned.
Yeah, all of them were pardoned.
Sweet.
So that was
Just
the
a
whole.
way to blame it on science.
Pretty much. So
Yeah.
it's like how science is the ethics and whatever. The pursuit
Yeah.
of knowledge outweighs the ethics of science.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, let's look up other shit. Let's look up like a top 20 other shit I can probably look up. And I'll just pick up the real fucked up ones, and then I'll just look more into it. So as I'm looking into it, I watched this thing maybe like 3 times, and I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, that one's whatever. And on the way over here, I was like, maybe I just gotta look up something else. I was like, when I do goofy news or my fake news shit like that, I was like, odd news always comes with animals. So I was like, let's try shit with fucked up animals. Like maybe that's my gimmick. Maybe my gimmick is like news with fucked up animals now.
Yeah.
So I look into it, and I mean, I'm not a big like animal lover. I like animals on a screen.
You like
But for
puppies.
some reason, it was a different person doing the video, and man, I was more compelled for the animals. Like, kind of like, man, that's real fucked up what he's doing. Mm-hmm. What these guys are doing are real fucked up. Like, the other one's like, they killed people and they tortured them and they did this. Mm. Now on to the next one.
So very monotone.
There was monotone. Like, he kind of
just very factual.
Yeah, just real factual. But the other guy was like, he had less of them, but he was like, number 3. And I was talking to Eric. He's like, maybe was he just using big words? Like, maybe. I was like, maybe he was just really descriptive. He was super descriptive about it. I was like, but maybe he was just selling it to me better.
Yeah.
Where he was like, number 3, the mad scientist grabbed the kitten and dissected it from head to spine, holding it down, and like just going into it, like how he's talking about how you fucking switched the head.
Yeah.
And then brought it back to life and shit. Mm-hmm. And the whole time, I'm like, man, it's real fucked up. Fucked up like 2 kittens.
Or maybe, just maybe, you really don't care about people no more and you're like maybe an animal person.
I don't think that's it. Because when I was watching the other stuff, I felt it. I felt something. But in this way, I'm just saying, like, one story, I'm like, oh man, it's fucked up. But now I'm more invested in your poop story. I was like, maybe because there's more dynamic towards it. I feel bad for the kid, and that sounds cool. But I'm super trashy, and I love me a good poop story. So I just stopped and I was like, why am I so compelled to listen to more of this fucking 5 different crazy experiments on animals than like this top 20 of all the fucked up experiments gone all around the world?
Quality over quantity?
Maybe. So that just kind of reminded me of that.
All right.
So that and that's what I was trying to bring to here. And then Tony's like, this is getting pretty dark. You got into a real dark place. I think this is how serial killers are made.
The scientist was playing God and brought back cats from the dead.
Yeah.
Giving them like weird shock treatments and shit.
Yeah, so basically all like I think the 5 or 6 stories I heard were all the kind of same things. It was either human gene splicing, they did one where they put animal cells with people cells, like rabbits.
What are those called?
They did another one with like chimeras or some shit.
Chimeras,
And they did one with like pig people and shit like that. And apparently this is somewhat factual. I didn't go back to search it up, but I'm pretty sure if I did, I might be able to find something.
I mean, you're in the dark side of the web, brother.
I was either that, or it was like dudes who fucking cut up animal heads and attached it to other animals to try to have dual heads or see if they could transplant other heads to other bodies to keep them alive. Or it was like, I'm just trying to reanimate the dead, but I'm gotta fucking like slice up and kill animals while doing it. Like the one I was listening to was this dude with a kitten. He was like, he cut off the head and kept the spinal cord, but he was like, if I put this fucking metal in it and shock it, he's like, the kitten got up for a quick second, headless, and then fucking died. He's like, oh man, it's fucking awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get another kitten, scoop out its brain, put little shards of metal in there, and he's like, he shocked it, and he said that the fucking kitten got up, looked up, and like opened his eyes, looked around, and started crawling a bit, and then he fucking died again. He's like, oh fucking God, I got this. And eventually, everyone called him crazy, and he died penniless.
Damn, that's
good.
So, see what I mean?
Yeah,
that's pretty badass.
And seeing compared to the other one, I just told you about the Japanese internment camps.
Okay.
With a 100% death rate.
Is it because in these top 20 there was no like because there actually is a study about how humans react and how they like narratives. We all like an ending. Is it because maybe the top 20 didn't give you a conclusion, and maybe like these top 5 had a little more time and could kind of round out that story to tell you that he died penniless? Because apparently that is a study that has been going on. You might want to check that out.
The Japanese whatever.
Well, because I
watched those people got away with it.
Yeah, but you don't know what happened to those people.
That's because
I
watched
happy full lives and fucking killed some more people.
Well, that's because before I watched the top 20 though. Fair enough. Before I watched the top 20, I watched a whole documentary on it.
Yeah.
So that's how I know so much about it. And apparently that one ranked number 1. So it beat out the Nazis.
Yeah, I mean, because Nazis was just like, whatever. Everybody's tired of hearing the Nazis.
Yeah. Got to bash on the Japanese.
All I'm hearing is that your Tony is really dark.
Yeah. That's my Tony face.
That's my Tony face is really dark.
Somewhat.
I thought I was sad and depressed, but I never go to the dark end of the web and look at fucking chimeras and alchemy.
I guess.
Well, that's like depravity. That's not That's not depression.
I go in and watch like how to
Depravity
make
is not
baby.
depression.
Depravity is
TM.
not depression.
Yeah.
I
Well,
get depressed and I watch
going-
DIY stuff.
I was going into the part of Tony where it's like, man, the world sucks and there's nobody good in this world and everyone's just doing bad stuff all the time.
Yep.
And I was like, I know that's not true, but let's just look up shit that people have done that's
Turns
terrible.
out it is true.
I mean, I'm not saying that no one's done anything bad. Of course, people have done shit that's bad. Come on, I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm in my Tony stage right now.
I mean, depends what you consider bad.
Yeah, it's all about morality. Morality? Did I get that right?
Morality.
Yeah, because people be like, no, you know, they didn't do anything wrong because it was for the name of science.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, what I said earlier, just finding out, you know, all these scientists are disregarding ethics and morality for the pursuit of knowledge. So, I mean, basically, what do you say, the pursuit of knowledge outweighs ethics and morals. So, it just depends to some. Some scientists are just like, nah, you gotta
toe the line.
you gotta draw a line somewhere. Because I think at one point there was one where the guy was, he detached a dog's head and attached it to another one, and he said that he did it. So supposedly, like, they were able to detach. Other guy did this with a monkey too. That he detached a dog's head attached to another one, and he did it so cleanly that the dog was able to hear, see, smell, and even eat. Like, it functioned as a fully head.
Oh, so you made a two-headed dog? That's pretty
Pretty much,
dog.
it was
That's
a
pretty
two-headed
badass.
dog. But the original dog was also unaffected too, so it was able to function. But since the other second dog head was draining his main, like, you know, basically feeding off him, it made the original dog really weak, and he could barely even lift up his head. So when the scientists saw it, they're like, yeah, this is fucked up. This is unethical, and they also shunned him away.
Hey, that's not bad, though. He was able to do that. All you got to figure out is how to...
I mean, necessarily, it's fucked up what he did, but at some point,
connect it to,
some
like,
people...
the spinal cord, or did he connect it, like, everything else to it, like...
He just connected everything.
stomach.
Apparently, he connected the spinal cord with it, or...
But I mean,
was it
because that was maybe the early works of like other like transplant kind of theory and kind of things like that.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
there is good that comes out of bad.
Yeah, because they're doing that whole synthetic skin thing where they actually have that mouse with that human ear that was used with pig genes growing on it.
Science is fucked up.
Yeah.
That's all.
Science can be pretty fucked up.
Man, it's pretty cool.
But now that's why there's those codes of ethics within the scientific community. Like, hey, you gotta chill on this.
I know. Me and Carlo always joked about the fucking Southwest research, like since they have all that fucking shit there. I'm like, if that fucking goes, all of us in this vicinity, we're fucking done. We're all gone.
We're all zombies.
Oh yeah, we're all fucked.
I'll be alright with that.
That's why, like, I live 5 minutes away from it. I'm like,
You're
hey,
fucked.
I'm fucked. There is nothing I can do.
When I was at Cal and Calabria, I'm like, just right. The fence is right fucking there, and I've seen the maintenance workers replace that fence so many times already because drunk people keep crashing
There's
into
only
it.
a matter of time before Yeti escapes.
Yeah.
It's always weird when you see the fog coming out and it's mostly coming from that place.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially,
Oh my God.
especially near like October and whatnot in the fall.
Oh yeah.
You see it and it's like the fog's coming out right from there first. And you're like,
if you have your windows down, it's like, I mean, obviously because the fucking open field, but it's even fucking colder in that spot too. Ooh, that old Southwestern research
And then
facility.
you turn on the thrill. You turn on Thriller, and then you see zombies fucking.
Oh, he sees the yellow lights in the trees. The yellow.
Yeah.
What was the name of the monkey one where they get everybody sick?
Planet of the Apes.
No. The
Ape
one,
Escape?
The one. Is it monkeys?
It's like a pandemic or some shit like that.
12 monkeys.
It was one monkey and got everybody sick and started becoming.
Hot Zone.
28.
I thought it was like.
I think it's Hot Zone. The book
It was a movie. It was
based
28
on
days?
basically like a epidemic.
I'm telling you, I think it's 12 monkeys.
Probably, I don't know.
Was it
Sounds like that.
Who was in it?
I don't remember, man. I just remember it was Outbreak. That's the name of the
Outbreak.
movie.
Oh, Dustin Hoffman.
Dawson Hoffman.
Yeah, that shit scared me when I was a kid.
The monkey gets out of the science lab and fucking infects everybody. And
Yeah, everybody starts getting Ebola
And
and
then
shit.
some guy stopped and he's like, "Oh fuck that
Well,
monkey."
staying on this fucking
Tony face.
This Tony face. I started reading up on super volcanoes.
Oh,
How-
dude,
So,
I'm
why are you still
not even super.
I'm already fucking deadly scared of that one in
in Yellowstone?
in Yellowstone.
I
Yeah,
started
I'm ready.
I started reading up on that.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I'm fucked.
oh, everybody's fucked.
Yeah, we're all
all of
fucked.
North America is gone.
We're all fucked, yeah.
Why is that?
Okay, because what they
Drop
started
some knowledge on this.
because what they started doing.
God damn, I've already had like, I don't know how many dreams about Yellowstone already
It
fucking
doesn't
going
help
on.
if you watch the live stream from the Hawaii volcano that erupted.
And
That
you know,
shit'll fuck
someone
you up.
fucking dropped even more knowledge on me. I was like, well, we're a little bit out of the ash zone, so maybe we might survive. And the guy's like, a fucking volcano of that size, like, that's moving some plates, so more volcanoes are exploding. And I'm like, fuck!
That's only one thing. What happens is the thing in Yellowstone, the super volcano in Yellowstone. Okay, what they figured out is that every 60 to 80,000 years, this thing fucking blows. Like it's already been proven. This has already happened. We're already into 60,000. So we're already like in the hot zone.
Yeah,
as
we're
of
just
right
waiting.
now.
It's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah. So and they could say somewhere within 20,000 years. So it could be in a lifetime, could not.
Yeah.
But it could
Now
be
I have
any
that
second.
fucking Dante.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but the you think like, oh, if you're out of the
ash zone, everything's all cool.
Where's Yellowstone at?
Up north, like near Oregon and shit.
Yeah.
So basically everything within I think 500 kilometer radius or whatever, fucking they're dead. Like automatically, they're the lucky ones.
Is double, so 100,000.
I think last I looked it up,
100,000?
I think the furthest is maybe somewhere halfway near Nevada. Like everywhere around that place, they're fucking gone. Like they're dead. They're the lucky ones.
Yeah. But what happens with the ash zone is that it starts blotting out the sun. So you're not even. One of the things is you're breathing in ash, and you can't stop it. Like it's
It's straight carbon.
It's just fucking coating your lungs, and eventually you're just gonna stop breathing. Like you can't. You're gonna suffocate basically. And if you survive after that, and you're thinking you're good, crops are gonna start dying out because all the ash is gonna be covering the sun. So crops are dying. The crops can't feed
Animals.
Animals are dying. So like eventually, everything's fucked.
It's a domino effect of you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm pretty sure someone's
And then-
coming out.
and then
I'm
not
pretty sure
only
the
that-
government's got like a helicopter they're flying through, and they just like a big
not
old
even
filter that's
that.
going through the fucking sky.
The fucking
I
the
think
ash.
they can be
we do not have
The ash,
That's
the
what
ash
they want
lands
today,
on
bro.
everything, so it makes everything heavier. And also fucks with electronics too.
Yep.
So that's
Then
fucked
to
too.
see
no more internet.
Yeah,
So-
it coats
no
the
more
wires and the thing, and it fucks it all the electronics.
Everything's
up.
all fucked up.
Yeah.
So
Fine with that.
now I'm banking on. I'm hoping that HAARP's a real thing. Maybe they could just fucking shoot like a line where the ash just kind of spreads out, and then we all just live in a fucking.
In the
Just
biodome.
yeah, we just live in a fucking biodome.
Hell yeah.
I'm fine
So-
with that.
What's
Oh,
your
yeah.
name? Purple Sticky Punch. God, I hate and love that movie at the same time.
What's your harp?
Huh?
Harp?
Oh, HAARP. Oh, now we're just gonna go jump into fucking conspiracy theory.
Go for it.
So HAARP is basically like this. Think of like G.I. Joe's weather dominator, where they could just create weather. It's in the. I forget where the fuck it's at. It's probably like somewhere in the same area too.
Yeah.
'Cause I see-
So
Oh,
basically,
wait.
it's a big It basically just shoots up. I think radio waves, and it builds up, and you can make it rain wherever.
Oh, I thought that was the thing that NASA did, where like that big ass thing that made a steam cloud.
Oh
And
no,
it was-
that's not it. I mean,
it built that cloud and it made it rain like.
yeah. So basically, what they do is like they keep pumping radio waves somewhere, and it builds up at like a whole bunch of atmosphere, and then they let it go, and it just fucking wreaks havoc on weather. A lot of people were saying when the tsunami hit Japan, that they were like, oh, that was fucking HAARP. They were just shooting in the middle. Japan fucked with them. They just fucking dropped a fucking wave on them.
Fair enough.
So that's what I'm hoping. So maybe if that's a thing, maybe they just shoot in the middle of the fucking ash zone. We push some ash out of the way.
Yeah, just fucking dump it in the ocean.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
The ocean's vast, man.
where it fucking kills fucking 90% of the ocean life.
That's fine, baby.
No,
That shit ain't that
doesn't-
bad, baby.
doesn't it
Once it-
make
once-
new islands.
Once the ash hits the
that's
ground,
lava.
that's
No,
lava.
lava.
Yeah.
Lava. But even at that, see, and that's
Small
when
block.
my friend was just like, yeah, a fucking volcano that size, that's moving tectonic plates, so more fucking volcanoes are erupting. So that's gonna affect the whole fucking world. He's like, and there's other super volcanoes too.
Yeah, it's like 12 or 13 like super volcanoes like around the world, and like 3 of them are on the west coast.
Yeah. So like the tectonic plates move, and he's like, you think that one's blown? He's like, all the other fucking ones are blown. Like apparently this thing's gonna blow so big that you can see it from space.
Yeah, people were legit scared. That's why they were keeping an eye on the Hawaiian one just to see if anything fires the live stream and shit. People were going.
So I've already had, like, since I was reading up on it, I think I've had since then maybe about 3 dreams about the super volcano.
3 nightmares about fucking super volcanoes.
Yeah. Like I think a couple of times it's kept me up at night.
So what's that famous little city that got covered in ash?
Oh, Pompeii?
Pompeii? Mm-hmm. That's what your dreams are?
Oh, I mean, fucking all North America's Pompeii at that point.
Oh yeah, we're all fucked.
Yeah, like all of there's no place.
Just statues in the lava.
Yeah,
because I looked it up.
I just want to be that statue that's fucking pulling pud.
The ash zone, like if it hit us, it's like, I think we're not cleared, but we're at a very still, like, it's still gonna blow out the sun, but we're not gonna get it that bad depending on weather patterns.
All we need is huge fans and just blowing a shitload of.
See, I was thinking of that too.
Yeah, get those windmills working.
So the East Coast now.
So now I'm trying to think of, like, I was like, what if we just fucking get every prison together and we just have a bunch of dudes, like, just dig a fucking hole. They just fucking dig a hole.
Dig a trench.
It's like cutting up a pimple that's ingrown. As long as you relieve some pressure, just let it come out. We're good. We'll build machines that just drill straight down.
Didn't we learn anything from Tommy Lee Jones's movie Volcano?
Doing all that drilling actually fucking sets the volcano.
Fuck, we got pre-pop.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm not gonna go to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
You know what we should do next
See,
time?
and I think there's times where I'm like, man, I really stopped thinking about the volcano, and thank you for bringing that back up.
You know what we should do? Watch the Moana volcano song. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, the Lava You.
Oh
The
yeah,
lava you?
it's cute.
That'll make you go have nice little dreams about.
Maybe we gotta return the fucking stupid green thing back to the super volcano.
The heart of Tahiti.
Yeah, and then a fucking grass bitch comes out, and then she lets us fuck her.
Gotta keep the elementals happy, huh,
Yeah.
Mark? God damn.
He's got the stick to make the greens.
There you go, people. That's a taste of Tony's
That's a Tony's
reality.
That's Tony's reality right there.
I ain't worried about
It's
it.
dark, morbid, a little scary. Hey.
But on the brighter side, I'll call it the Roman side. There's a bright side to Roman.
You get to die, and then you don't gotta worry about anything.
The sweet release of death.
That's the
No, well, before this, I was at hookah. I was smoking some hookah, and I was with John. We were just talking. He was talking to me about he's writing a book. Like we all in this room know, he's in the process of kind of plotting out some books, writing some chapters, kind of things like that. Which I found out creativity is like infectious, because as he started doing that, I started like revisiting ideas, and I told him about this idea that I had. I don't want to get into it right now because it's stupid, but
Gay.
Yeah, exactly, it's gay. But that started me thinking, like, I've been really on the new Coheed song. It's been really fucking
Driving you.
It's been punching my fucking sphincter real nice.
Is this like you listen to it and it just inspires you to do something?
It inspires me to pick up a guitar.
I haven't had that moment. I had listened to an album where I was like, damn, I think I could fucking create stuff.
Take it to the limit.
For once, like, I've never had that again. I've never had that again. I've tried listening to that album again to see if it does it. It doesn't have the same effect. For some reason.
What album was that?
It was I can never say his fucking name now. Serge Tarkin. The dude
from System of
when he had that Elect the Dead album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I feel really motivated and inspired right now.
Anti-everything album.
The one's like, let the body burn it.
Yeah, that one. But not necessarily that song.
No, yeah,
But all the other stuff. Yeah. that was the worst one. That was the worst one.
That's like, but all the other ones.
Broken walls.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I'm happy that they're actually getting back together for a California tour. That's pretty badass.
I just hate the fucking guitarist.
What was it? What was his band?
Huh?
The guitarist's band?
Something
Stars
over
Broadway.
Yeah.
Hollywood Nights.
I fucking hate that guy. I hate him.
So you're listening to
voice,
this?
or you
Yeah,
just like the way he looks?
Just everything about him.
Just
I think
everything?
he's a shit singer, I think. He's a shit singer, and he's I feature.
He's a pretty good guitarist.
He looks like he would be a manager at Hot Topic and take his job super serious.
He looks like this one guy I knew.
I really do like I'm not a System fan, like I'm not like a huge fan, but the first album I really, really loved. That I thought set the tone very well for them. Everything else, it's cool, but like I'm not a super fan. I just really like that first album.
Yeah.
But
With spiders.
yeah, the one with spiders and sugar and all that kind of stuff. Sugar, I still think is a really fun song. Yeah, because it's wacky and it's just like you listen to the lyrics, it's like, oh, there's some fucked up like lyrics that he's dropping on you.
That's the same album that had Sweet Pea in there, right? No. Sweet
Pea was Toxicity.
But what's been going on with this is I've listened to this new Coheed thing. It's called, I think it's Dark Sentencer. So it's kind of going back to like the old story that he had, but he's like making a sequel to it basically.
Okay.
And what that had done was kind of reawoken like a concept album that I had when I was like 19, because I had like a full album.
Yeah, dude, he was like balls deep in Coheed, and he was telling me like the stories and shit about Second Stage Turbine and keeping secrets and shit. And
yeah, I was balls deep in Coheed.
You had that notebook, right? That had your concept album.
Exactly. I had a full notebook that had like 10, 11 songs on it, and it was this whole concept. And then I had this new idea that I was like, I don't know how I would turn that into anything.
Titties.
And I had two ideas, but this one kind of was sci-fi-ish. So I was like, oh, okay, like, that's cool, but I don't know how I'd work it and blah, blah, blah. And then I started thinking about the old story that I had done. And as John's talking, it started, like, firing off little synapses, and things started, like, I started to imagine things and how I could, like work this into like one album, and like how this new idea can connect to this old idea. And I just found it super infectious, and he was just talking and talking. He was like telling me ideas, we were talking about different stories and all this kind of stuff. And then I just realized like, damn, I missed that the creation thing, because for a long time now we've been doing the podcast, and that helps to get out some form of creativity just by joke telling, all that kind of stuff.
I thought you would have gotten in with like the Warcraft thing, building and shit.
Well, and that's another thing is like there's like the hobby for Warhammer is like painting, and that's like another like creative endeavor, but that's
it's
more
not the same as storytelling.
Exactly, it's
Unless
not.
You're making like your own chapter.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a narrative. It's like
then you're just becoming a fanfic writer.
Yeah, exactly. all I'm doing is making fanfic for this shit.
Pretty much.
So, but I just forgot like how exciting it can be to be a creator. It sounds stupid, but like how exciting it can be to be a creator and like make something your own, and how I could possibly, because I don't have that notebook with all those songs. I just remember like the main beats of the story, and now I can.
What happened to it?
I don't know. I have to find it and see it.
Into R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet.
Yeah, exactly. R. Kelly stole from me.
Yeah.
Fucking, he stole my
Careful,
mid.
he probably listens to like not known podcasts. You know, like,
I come up on anybody's
He does
my
that
topic.
computer search.
Yeah.
He stops. He's like, "Ooh, man, that trap." He's like, "I don't know. I'm gonna put a couple of tweaks on it. That Trapped in the Closet story is pretty good. I don't like the part where I gotta take it super serious, start peeing on little girls. But, hey, man, anything for my art, my stolen art."
But yeah, you're right. Talking to John about his book brings in creativity.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. It works both ends, because if you don't push John to write, he'll take forever hiatuses and stop writing. So I go, hey man, you gotta keep doing this. You gotta. What was it? Last week I told him, what happened to that life plan you had? You said that by 30 you wanted your first book out, and you were supposed to be married with a house. It's like you done none of that. I was like, at least you get your goddamn book ready.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But that's kind of like a perfect example of life. Like, you have this idea when you are younger about how the world is and how you want your life to go, and how as you go on, things change. Things that you thought were that important fall to the back burner, and other things like hobbies, like all this other stuff, start taking
center.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where like for me, and I'm sure for him, like it does something to talk to somebody and like bounce ideas and all this kind of stuff. So I'm hoping
yourself with peers.
Exactly. So like as much as like I talk shit about like everybody, like we've been friends for fucking years, so all we do is talk shit to each other and bring each other down. But I honestly want to see everybody I know
we
and
realize
love
this.
succeed.
today, because we're having a meal, we're conversating over this,
Perfect.
right? And we're talking about rappers, Kanye versus Eminem,
Okay.
and we're just disputing everything, right? And it comes down to politically correct and what people want to say. It's either you're an asshole all the time, or you're just you're an asshole part time. And John turns to Roman. He goes, Roman, but you're an asshole to people. How is it you don't think Eminem's a better rapper than Kanye? And Roman goes, I'm an asshole to my friends.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to people, like people I don't know, I'm not an asshole to them.
No.
But I'm an asshole to my friends because they know me.
Yeah.
But John's an asshole like all the time. Doesn't matter if you're a friend or you're someone new. He's gonna fucking treat you the same. Mm-hmm. And the same as that, he's an asshole. Mm-hmm. And it comes down to that way. I was like, and he looks at him. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, dude. I'm not an asshole to people. I'm actually nice to people.
I mean,
you're mute to people, so I guess it's nice. You
know?
But the biggest thing was like John, like one of the things that I've really grown to like really be aware of is how people play things on their phone, and it's just full blast in like the middle of a restaurant. And he was doing this earlier, and he was like, check this video, and I was like, okay, but I like put the volume down so that only I can hear it, so that like I'm not disturbed, because people are having conversations. They're out to lunch or dinner, and they just want to enjoy their family or whoever their friends or family, and they just want to enjoy that meal. Yeah. Like it's fucked up to just like put your needs over other people and just be inconsiderate. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that like, as much as an asshole as I am and as much shit as I talk to my friends, it's kind of out of a place of love. Like it's the tough love kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to people, I don't know them. I don't want to offend them. I don't want to hurt them. So I just like I try to respect them.
You keep to yourself. You keep to yourself.
Tread lightly.
Yeah, because John wanted a black. We're talking about songs and shit, and we're like, no, Kanye's this is a little bit better. He's like, no, you gotta listen to this Eminem song. But his phone had ran out of battery, so he started grabbing our phones. We're like, no, dude, we're in a public place. We're not gonna play that shit right now. Yeah. It's like, if you get in the car, hey, blast all the music you want. But we're not gonna do this now. He's like, why not, guys? He's like, we're in a fucking public place. There's people around us eating. And I'm pretty sure they don't want to hear Eminem talking about how he's gonna want to kill his mom and how he hates his baby's mama and all that bullshit, dude. And he was like, man. It's like, dude, you're an asshole all the time. He's just it's about how you choose to live.
I feel it's because he's white.
No, just.
Oh man, his fucking white came out to play today. My God, we were at Ray's, right? This is where me, Tony, and John were, and
Ray's Pizzeria.
Yes, and we're eating, we're having a good time, we're conversating, blah blah blah. And Tony gets his food, right? Mm-hmm. And he's eating, no problem, I don't care. And then I get my food, and I start, like, I wait for a while for it to cool down and just kind of wait for John to get his stuff. And, like, a good amount of time has passed, I'm like, I'm just hungry, I'm going to eat.
I try to wait, too. I was just, like, picking out fries.
Yeah.
Or, like, taking...
Not too late. You're eating.
Oh, yeah, the thing is, though, we're having a conversation between all of us. Mm-hmm. We're eating slow because I bought appetizers. He bought appetizers. We were trying to make sure that everybody had something to eat, right? He got his plate. It's like, okay, so we started like eating the food. We're not picking at shit. We're just consuming their food while having a conversation. But John has not gotten his plate.
But you're consuming your food, okay?
I mean, you know what I mean?
I got you. You're picking.
All right. So we're eating. Mm-hmm. And John has something to eat. I mean, he's not, his plate's not empty.
Yeah, we have the appetizers.
Right?
Yeah, everything.
But you could tell he's getting mad. He looks like he's frustrated. He's mad. He keeps looking at the counter. It's like, you hear all these numbers keep ringing up. He orders what? Was it 3 plates?
No,
right?
he
he ordered the appetizers, he ordered his salad, and he was waiting for his main...
Yeah.
Big meal.
Everything was at the table already, except for his actual his entree. So he's just like, fuck, and then he grabs the receipt and he's gonna get up, and I was like, hey man, chill, like, don't bother them, like they're gonna get your food, like it's already been 30 minutes.
Like a serious mad white boy attitude.
Yeah, like white man. Like it's already been 30 minutes.
No, okay, he got up, he took the receipt, and he walked. I go, hey John, chill, man. Hasn't been that long. Just sit back up, keep eating. He sits down. He opens the receipt. He looks at it at the time. He looks at the time of the receipt. He's like, nah, it's been 30 minutes. It's been 30 minutes. I don't have my meal. Something's gone wrong. I probably forgot about my shit. And I go, dude, you probably just gave a special order. It takes some time.
What did he order?
He ordered
Philly cheesesteak with no onions.
So I explained to him.
But you gotta make a Philly cheesesteak with onions.
No, this is the way.
No,
this is the way I explained it. Right, a Philly cheesesteak, it comes with onions. So they probably have a batch ready with onions to serve real fast, right? Because I ordered the same thing, got mine real quick. But he ordered his with onion. I go, you got to understand that they're gonna have to make a fresh steak stuff for you, so you won't have the onions. That takes time, dude. Plus, it was very busy because the game, the famous finals, and everybody's there. And there's a line.
Yep.
I go, you're not to wait because they're gonna have to cook something
That's
fresh.
You're gonna be a bitch and not eating onions.
And he explained why he doesn't want onions. It's legit reason.
No, it's not. He's a faggot.
But
a bitch.
He's getting impatient. He's getting mad. He walks up. And me and Roman made this joke. He's like, he's gonna get spit in his food.
Yeah, I was like, John just guaranteed spit in his food.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, whatever.
And they tell him, sir, it's gonna be a little bit, right? Your order's coming up next. He sits back down. You hear another order go by. Here's another go by. He's like, what the fuck? You guys gonna finish eating your meal, and I'm gonna have to sit here and be the ass waiting by myself. It's like, dude, we're gonna keep you company.
Hey, fuck that. Every once in a while, he's done that where he eats his shit faster, and I'm waiting for my shit. I don't care.
And he's like, don't worry, fool. We're pacing ourselves. We're trying to have a conversation and stuff. It's like, don't worry. By the time you get your meal, we're not gonna fucking leave him there or stare at him.
I would just for him being a bitch.
And he's like, oh man, I don't even eat my food that fast. I was like, okay,
yeah, he does.
I was like, okay,
he ate it pretty fast.
He eats really
all
fast.
Right. So his order comes up, and he's like, whatever. He's all mad. It's like, you go get your order. He's like, yeah. He gets all fucking mad. He walks over there, gets his plate. He looks at his sandwich. He's like, yeah, all right. He just ate in silence, or we're just like, okay.
And then like I was fucking stuffed, and then John fell the idea of hookah, and I was like, fuck. First of all, hookah, right? The owner is Moroccan. He follows the Muslim faith. And I was like, it's Ramadan. We're very good customers. He says friends. He considers us friends because we go there every week. And I was like, he's gonna give us some of that fucking lentil soup. And I'm like, it's fucking delicious. I cannot eat it. We're smoking hookah. 15 minutes later, here you go, guys, on the house. I was like, fuck! I was like, I've never been more disappointed to get free food. I was just
that
so
lentil soup is actually pretty badass.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. It's a lentil soup with some chickpeas and some noodles. Ooh,
and
boy.
I told Roman, why don't you just tell him no thank you? He's like, you don't disrespect that man that way.
Nah.
Especially when they're giving you free food, you can't say no. You can't be mad.
I was doing that earlier with my grandma. She's like, you want to eat? I'm like, no. She's like, you sure? You're not hungry? I'm like, no, Grandma, I'm not fucking hungry.
I got a big dick, Grandma. Leave me alone. She's
girlfriend's there. She's like, you want to eat? She's like, no, she's not hungry either. We're going to go eat later. And then sure enough, they're just like, we don't care what he says. Are you hungry or not? And
she got ski
and so she was just kind of like, yeah, I can eat. I'm like, fuck. Fucking broke to the wheel. I was like, I know these bitches. You don't fucking give them an inch. Don't fucking back down.
You stay a strong foot.
In fairness, it was her first time meeting that side of the family.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. That's still though.
Getting serious.
But
all you hear in the background, fuck, Grandma said no. Fuck. No.
What you said, little nigga? No, fuck.
Yeah, you're gonna take a plate now, aren't you?
Yeah, I did.
I fucking knew it.
Because I don't want to fucking just have her eat myself.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, you're enjoying the food and you're just like, God, fuck you.
God damn, it is
good.
He's eating.
Okay. Just for posterity, what did you eat?
It was rice and I think it was caldo.
Caldo? The rest? Cool.
And then just like some random fucking weenies and beans in another pot.
Oh, nice.
So you're eating the caldo and you're like, God damn it.
The
Fucking
rice
grandmother's
was fucking good too. So. I was mad.
Everything was
bad.
on point.
You put the rice on the soup in the soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
He's
If you
like-
don't, you're fucking.
He's
I
like,
wanna be
fuck your
friends.
grandma, this is delicious.
Man, I was like, man.
This guy knew you were hungry, bitch.
Yeah,
Look at-
you could tell.
Look at you.
Just fucking
Your
look
cheeks
at
are all
Oh,
sunken in.
man.
Look at you, you fat fuck.
You chubby bitch. Which is okay. Which I don't think she would have said that because like all my other aunts and cousins got way fatter than me. So
Hey, there you go. As long as you're thinner.
You can hold that over there. Like, look, guys, I can fucking bend down and almost touch my toes.
Oh,
One of the things that fucking cracked me up, and I just thought of it like in the middle of the week for no fucking reason. I remembered when we were working at Heroes and I was working with Nate, and we started talking about Stephen King's Thinner, and he was just like, wouldn't it be weird if they just made he made a sequel called Fatter?
fatter.
So he was all fatter, and just that
I
fucking.
remember when Eric came home and he's like,
Yeah.
Tony, fatter.
Yeah, I fucking replayed it in my head and I fucking busted out laughing while I was fucking driving.
On that note, do people never say no to free food? Is that a thing?
I mean, it's been distilled in my household. If someone offers you food, you don't reject it.
Okay.
Because you reject them. Because food is something, you know.
You
Yeah,
dare?
especially if they make it. To
God,
I
Exactly.
understand.
feel
I
like-
get it.
I
Yeah.
feel like a fucking
I get
asshole
it.
now because each time I go to my grandma's house or my aunt's house, they always offer me food. And I was like, no, thank you.
But then again, it's my whole thing of like I don't want to be a fucking bother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not used to people used to that whole like come on just fucking
You're not used to people being nice to you.
yeah.
So now,
I'm not saying I'm not used to it. I know people are nice to me. I understand that, but I'm not used to that being a motif in my life.
Got it.
I take it or leave it.
Early in the years, yeah.
I always say no, thank you, and they're
Yeah.
like, why? It's like,
But yeah,
But
issues.
I guess I gotta consider that.
yeah, because that was one thing that my parents told me. It's like, hey, look, we're going to someone's house. If they offer you something, take it.
But don't ask for no fucking food.
But
Yeah.
don't ask. Like, don't ask for anything. Don't ask for fucking sodas. You're fat. You don't need them. Like, just if they offer,
See,
thank them and take it.
that was our thing. We went to your grandma's house. Don't you fucking ask your grandma for anything. No food, no nothing. We get inside the house. Hey, grandma, how you doing? He's like, you guys hungry? Got tortillas, and I got mantequilla, and there's soda in the fridge.
That's just a normal grandma reaction.
Yep.
Grandma,
You guys
look
hungry? Fuck, I'm not fucking hungry.
And then you
So
say
I gotta fucking eat anyway.
and then
Fuck you.
And then you hit her with no thank
I
you.
love you, Abuelita.
Yeah.
And then you hit her with
God,
a,
you're sweet as fuck.
you hit her with a no thank you, grandma. And he's like, why?
And then
she
she ain't gonna
and
take
then she
that.
looks at your parents and say, why don't you want them to eat? What's
Yeah.
wrong with my fucking tortillas? It's like, go ahead. I'm in a fat corner.
Oh,
eating.
Yeah,
oh,
they-
well, some motherfuckers I ain't good enough for you now.
You
That's
gotta
why you don't
fucking
come to
take that. It's
visit.
just like, okay. Like, you sure? Don't nothing? I can make you something. I can make you anything. Like, I'm good. No. She's like, you sure? Are you fucking sure?
Sometimes you gotta hit them with like, nah, just hey, grandma. And then
No, no,
like,
that don't fly.
That fly with my grandma. Like, grandma, I just ate like 3 burgers, and she's like, fuck, you're fat. All right. You gotta overtell them what you ate.
But you know what?
Pussy.
They give you some say you know what? Say this for later.
There
Take
you
home.
go. Yeah.
If anything, I ask, can I get like maybe a fruit or maybe some soda or water or something to wash this shit down? And she'd be like, yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
Cool.
sure.
He's like, go in the fridge. Get whatever you want from the
And
fridge.
then I grab an ice cream and she's like, so.
She
I'm like,
just kind of fucking shrugs. She's like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, have you told your parents you're gay now? Or fucking what? Like,
All
suck
the
your
time.
dicks?
all the time, grandma. You fucking jealous I get more dick than you?
Nah, fool. That's why you're here.
One dick.
Fucking destroyed it.
On that note, tell us in the comments if you say no to free food
How much dick did your grandma take?
or
A lot. Like, she had 13 kids.
God damn.
Yeah.
All from the same nigga?
Yeah? Well,
Damn.
maybe.
Well, tell us-
Grandma loved dick.
Tell us if If you're afraid of volcanoes, if grandma took a lot of dick, or you say no to free food, you can join the conversation at youtube.com/Grimworks, where you can always join our social media. We have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search out Grimworks. Or you could go the old school way. Tell them, Roman, what's the old school way?
You can go ahead and send us an email at citypod88@gmail.com. Eric.
citypod88@gmail.com.
You could be like these fine people that left comments, if there's comments. Is there comments?
There is no comments this week.
Wow.
There's no emails, and I can't speak for Prune. I don't know what Prune is doing.
He told me he's missed the last 2 episodes.
Okay, well that's Prune. As for Clarissa, there's a good reason why she has probably not listened.
Ramadan.
No, she just announced on Facebook like a week earlier this week she's pregnant.
What?
So congratulations, Clarissa.
Hey,
Your
be a
husband-
masculine child.
Hey, the fucking reproductive organs handling that. She can still listen. There's nothing wrong with her ears.
She doesn't want her baby to hear that kind of shit.
May your first child be a masculine child.
I guess that's going around. A lot of people pregnant right now.
Oh yeah.
We're getting to the age where either people are getting married, getting pregnant, or they're dying.
It's the shit out. It's the shit or get off the pot time.
Damn. Joel, you pregnant?
And I'm shitting.
Oh shit!
Oh, my mom hit me with that when she met my girlfriend. She was like, "So when y'all getting married?" I was like, "I'm gonna propose at my sister's wedding."
Steal the thunder.
Yeah, right in the middle of the ceremony.
Does anybody object? I don't, but I want to know if my baby here wants to marry me.
Either way, bigger brother coming through with younger meat.
Wait, is this a lesbian sister or the straight?
No, it's the straight one. It's the one that actually has like a family and a future.
I hope your family doesn't listen to this.
Huh?
I hope your family doesn't listen to this.
It's nothing,
by now.
It's nothing they haven't heard from him.
She fucking knows. She's married some white dude. The whole family lives in New York. They take like vacations every other 3 months.
Damn.
They're just jealous.
No, I'm very jealous.
Why can't I marry him?
I've never been on a vacation. I'm jealous about the vacation part. I've never been on a vacation.
Hey, I'm gonna go on vacation.
I know you're going on vacation.
He's jealous of that too.
Good
No, he's not.
But I plan. So yeah, she has like a family down. She has
All
kids.
I'm saying.
She's getting paid. She's getting laid.
Oh
she's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
paid.
Hell
So
yeah.
she's going to New York?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then get this. Before we get all this,
the
get
hate.
this fucking bitch. It's like, oh, I don't want to make the wedding about me. I want to fucking do something nice for the fucking family. She's like, instead of doing like a traditional wedding, she's like, we're fucking renting out a lakeside condo. We're renting out the whole fucking thing, so the whole family gets to stay there. And she's like, it's not for like a day. We're renting out for 4 fucking days in the middle of the week. She's like, even if you can't make it, she's like, we're gonna plan a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, fuck you, man, fuck you.
How fucking dare you be considerate, you piece of shit?
I'm just so pissed.
I mean, do you need a +1?
Huh?
Do you need a +1 or what's
Oh,
up?
I already got my +1.
God damn it.
I mean, maybe my youngest sister ain't taking anybody.
Hey, let her know.
Well, so one of them has to not be taking someone. I'll let you know.
All right.
There you
Then
go.
again, my youngest might be taking her friend, which we might consider that's her fucking side piece. That's what I think, because they've been friends for a while.
Mhm.
And
Friends with benefits.
I'm just telling her, like, you're fucking gay. That's your fuck. You know, y'all are gay for each other.
Yeah.
Even though she has a boyfriend, that's a fucking beard.
Yeah.
Y'all two been lesing out for the longest time. The whole lesbian line runs in the family.
That's true.
It courses through our veins.
Apparently, it's not a choice. It's in the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark's a total fucking lesbian.
Yeah.
And I eat some puss.
Wow.
All I know is that his girl's gonna listen to this. He's like, babe, you're gonna fucking, you're gonna marry me.
You're gonna propose?
Yes.
Well, she was
Yes.
there. She went along with it because my mom was saying that in front of the car. She's like, "So when y'all getting married?" And I was like, "We talked about it. We're gonna do it at my sister's wedding."
Say what you want, but you know his girl's fucking heart is kind of like,
And she,
oh my god, it's
she
fluttered a bit.
she went with it. She went with it.
On that note, this has been episode 95 of the City Podcast.
That's 96.
95.
95.
Oh.
I've been your host, Tony, and I'm here with...
Roman.
And...
Your boy Eric.
Hate that boy.
I said some silly name earlier, but
Cummies for gummies, something.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
General Cummies Dummies
yeah.
or some shit.
General Cum.
Like we say at the end of every podcast.
Nigga that's gonna get married in the wedding.
Bye.
Bye.